The Eastern Front. A World War II novel. Richard G. Hole. World War II. Copyright Richard G. Hole, 2025. Cover copyright Pixabay, Alex Furs, 2025. All rights reserved. Total or partial reproduction of the work is prohibited without the express authorization of the copyright owner. Synopsis. The Russians were advancing on all fronts. Millions of German soldiers did not understand that those ragged and dirty Russian soldiers, who had pushed the vicinity of Moscow to the other side of the Volga and to the oil regions of Baku, those men who fled or fell prisoners by the millions, in a concept of mass that no European could conceive, were now launching themselves on the German troops and those of their allies with an unprecedented power. The world shook to the beat of the fighting on the Eastern Front. Millions of beings were there, engaged in the most colossal battle in history. German soldiers, hungry, poorly dressed, exposed to freezing, malnourished and low on ammunition, clung to the ground in the hope of preventing the enemy from setting foot on Germany. The Eastern Front is a story belonging to the World War II collection, a series of war novels developed in World War II. The Eastern Front. Foreword. A little further north of the recently conquered Vyazma, Captain Trauber's company was slowly making its way to the small town of Tepluja. Throughout that night, false by the incessant light of the flares and the purple lightning of the shots, the men continued to hit their positions on the snow soiled by the rain that had followed, destroyed by the fatigue of the operations carried out. Out and eager to pause a bit, to be able at least to verify that they existed. Because, in reality, since they emerged from a flaming Vyazma with the lonely streets crossed by electrical wires full of the most heteroclite objects and reeking of the stench of dead horses, their horizon had become a line which, starting from their eyes, it crossed the sights of their weapons and ended down there, in the confused panorama in which the silhouettes of the Russian soldiers moved like fast shadows. Outside of that line of fire, nothing, not even the body itself, had manifested itself in a way to believe in its existence. The muscles stiff from the cold, and the organism numb from hunger and fatigue, the only thing that lived palpably in them was the desire to move forward that was concentrated in the gaze towards the point.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?